Welcome to the Four Listeners Program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. On the mics this week is the Z-Man. What is up, Z?
I need a hero. I'm holding out for the hero to the end of the night. And he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fast, and he's gotta be fresh from the fire. I need a hero.
Oh, my God. You know, a little warning next time.
Oh, turn down your microphone.
Wow. On the other mic is the mighty Gantor. What is up, Gantor?
Just eating some ice cream.
Just eating some ice cream. That's a good job.
Is it alcoholic ice cream?
No.
You know they make that.
That doesn't sound appetizing to me.
No, they had it. An ice cream place up here had a Big Lebowski ice cream. It was essentially a White Russian. It was really good. Felt a little buzzed afterward too.
Yeah.
They said there was no alcohol in it, but I don't believe them.
Also on the mics this week helping us out is Molly. What is up, Molly?
Not a lot. I'm excited.
Excited. Molly the Minion. Molly the Minion. We have
How
dubbed her.
excited are you?
Very excited. This is my first podcast.
Oh.
You get hooked. You're gonna get hooked.
Oh, she popped her cherry.
I think all of our guest hosts we cherry popped, huh?
I guess so. That's what we do.
That's what we do. We
Look
pop
at you
cherries.
guys.
We pop
Not
cherries.
That's true. Ina's done it before. She's experienced.
Sloppy seconds with Ina.
Yeah.
All right. What up, everybody? I'm Spear. This week, something must be done about superpowers. So here's what happened. I went out one night. And I got shit-faced drunk.
As you do.
As I do. And we went out to dinner, and I started torturing the waitstaff, which were all female, by starting to ask them one very simple question. If you were going to sleep with a man, what superpower would you want him to have, and why? Molly, I posed this...
Whoa.
Whoa.
I want to go back to why?
What? Why what?
Where were you?
I was out.
And why were you asking... Why were you creeping out waitresses with this question?
Well, did I not say that I was shit-faced drunk?
Yes.
So that's why.
All right.
No other...
Do you remember what most of them said to you? Like, was there consensus on it?
No. There wasn't consensus, and I'll get into it because it was curious. The answers were curious because it wasn't Superman, right? Superman
You
would
don't want Superman because he's going to
What's he
fucking
going to
rip your
do to
shit
you in
up.
bed? Yeah.
right, but I got some really interesting answers. I got Green Lantern.
Why?
Green Lantern, who can create different things with his ring of power. Imagine all the interesting things that Green Lantern could create.
That you
kind of
could just
boring,
buy
though.
on the internet.
Yeah, but they're energized, Gantor, with the power of whatever. What the hell is Green Lantern's power?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Who knows what Green Lantern is?
Isn't it like the power of hope or some shit? It's
Yeah,
not
'cause that's
fear.
what
I know that's yellow. Yellow is fear.
That's what you want in bed is
I was
the
going
power
to
of
say,
hope.
that's what every woman already has. In her. It's just hope that it's going to go well.
I got Green Lantern. Somebody said I'd want the man to be Batman. I'm like, Batman doesn't have a superpower. I said, so what would be in his utility belt?
Superpower is money.
Well, right off the bat, that's what gets you into bed.
Yep.
But then, what superpower does Batman have? Because what's in his utility belt? And she kind of looked at me because she's puzzled now. She's like, oh, I didn't expect the second question. I thought I would just say Batman, and your drunk ass would go away. So with the follow-up question, she had to think for a second, and she goes, grappling hook.
What?
Grappling
That's-
hook.
The fuck you do with a grappling hook in bed?
Suspensions, dude.
Well, then you could
Those
just
aren't
go.
superpowers. Those are things you could just buy.
Yeah, all right.
And if the idea is suspension, then you could just go with, like, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
I mean,
good.
basically, that's what you would do with webs, right?
Sure.
I
Like,
feel like
it's either
Spider-Man
that or
would be
you're
a
into-
rapist.
Why would you?
Right?
Why would you say that? Because what? Spider-Man's going to tie you up with his spider webs?
Yeah.
They see the tying up though. This goes back to the S&M show, man. It's a play thing.
Spider-Man would be really good for somebody who's into being tied up, right? Because you would never run out of rope.
That's right.
And you'd never be in a situation where, like, oh, I don't have rope with me right now.
You
But
don't think
beyond
he has
that,
a refractory period with his goo?
With his goo.
you think once he, like, shoots the goo, he needs some time to get it more?
Yeah, that's what all dudes are like.
This is
Well,
different
It's also
goo.
what all spiders are like.
The-
Spiders only have a certain amount of web in their thorax, and then they gotta wait.
This really does kill the whole Spider-Man thing. I'm just
All right,
saying.
anyway, keep going.
It just does. The rest of the guys got into it too a little bit. We were starting to think about what kinds of things would we want women to have. But everyone just kind of locked in on Wonder Woman.
Why?
Well, she's hot as balls. She's got the power of the hotness. And then she's like strong as hell. She's just bouncing around the room. She just kick the shit out of you.
And you want that?
I mean, the problem is the female superpowers. I mean, well, like Mystique. Mystique would be interesting, right? Because she could shapeshift into everything.
I mean, Mystique is definitely on the list, but I was, I think Jean Grey.
No. Well, you want a woman to read your mind while you're in bed?
Well, she knows exactly what the fuck I'm thinking. Like, the only way you can get off better than you can do it to yourself is if she knows exactly what you're thinking.
That could go either way.
Like, you're like, oh, only if you touch this part a little bit more and, like, stuck your finger in my ass or whatever. And she would know that without you having to say it. That's pretty hot, right?
Yeah.
You'd be. That's a very risky line that you'd be walking with Jean Grey.
What else which can she do?
Well, because she can read your mind, right? Like she can know whether you were thinking about her or somebody else.
And then she's got that telekinesis thing, right, where she could just start lifting things and sending them across the room.
Right, but so there you go again. So like suspension, man. She can you can throw you against the ceiling, and you guys can fuck on the ceiling a bit.
There you go. The problem with Jean Grey is that she turned into the Dark Phoenix. She went bad. Like she went as all the way bad as you can possibly go.
Well, I mean, like early day Jean Grey, like first class.
Yeah, but you got to know that, man. You got to know that at any point she could go dark on you. I'm with Ganthor. That's a risky maneuver.
I think it's worth chancing.
All right, there you go.
But that's not what you're saying. You're not saying, like, what's the future hold. You're saying, what do you want to fuck right now?
That's true. Absolutely. So you're saying the superpower that you want is somebody to be able to read your mind.
I'm saying that would be interesting.
All right, there you go. How about you, Ganthor? What do you think?
Mr. Fantastic.
You want to fuck Mr. Fantastic?
No, you want the power that Mr. Fantastic has. Yeah, like the Plastic Man power. Stretchy power.
You know how big and how many I would grow?
No. I'm not saying what you want. What you would want from a woman.
To have? She could have some big fat titties.
Nah.
Bouncing around all over the place, slapping you in the face.
No, I'd have to steal the Jean Grey thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Sweet. Fucking win.
That's a good one. I like that one.
How about you, Molly? What would you want a man to have in bed? What superpower would you want a man to have in bed?
Mr. Fantastic.
So Mr. Fantastic is very close second. Like the whole plastic thing would be pretty cool. But no, it's the mind reading. And not necessarily the mind reading, but like the ability to feel exactly like whatever the other person is feeling.
Oh, were you like emotions?
You want like
it takes all the guesswork out, but without actually mind reading.
Please.
Without them actually knowing exactly what you're thinking.
You want their superpower to be empathy? There is no such. No man will ever have that superpower.
Well,
what about Mel?
What
about Mel Gibson?
So.
Well, look what happened to him. He turned into a Jew-hating bigot.
Well, he was very empathetic to women.
I'm just saying, maybe listening to their thoughts broke his mind.
That's right. Because listening to enough of a woman's thoughts will break anybody's mind.
Oh, good one.
That one stupid movie that he was in where he was like shaving his legs and he fell into a bathtub and got electrocuted, and when he woke up he could read women's minds.
Yeah, what women want.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen this?
The movie we were just literally talking about 10 seconds ago?
Yeah. So that was where this whole thing came from. That'd be pretty good because you in the movie you see him learn that lesson, but at the same time you wouldn't want somebody all the way in your head.
You'd want them all the way somewhere else?
I don't know. That's up for them to feel and figure out.
Mr. Fantastic is number 2. See, I'm pretty sure after one night with him, that would be it.
Yeah, you would not be able to have sex with anyone else after that, right?
It would just be unfair, really.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Fantastic would be able to shape the penis to whatever size and shape would most please the woman.
Just one?
Oh, he can have multiple.
Ooh, that's creative, Ganthor.
There would be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably 5.
An octopenis?
No, not 8. I said 5.
Well, why stop there?
Well, there's only so many holes.
What if you get into like a threesome or something?
Well, that's different.
I wonder if he has a refractory period.
They'd be unlimited.
Unlimited penis in any shape and size you want. How's that strike you, Molly?
Pretty good, except for the whole octo thing. No, I'm out on that. As long as it was just the one, I'm good. 8 would totally too much for me.
What about 3?
Yeah, even that might be a little much.
I'm gonna pull the ripcord on
Two?
3.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm. It's not about the number. One is good as long as it's perfect.
As long as it's perfect. So let me ask you this, Molly. What superpower would you want to have in bed?
I don't know. I think the mystique thing is pretty cool.
Ooh.
It would be a lot of fun, right?
To change into different people?
To be able to change into anything. And yeah, I mean, it kind of opens up like a whole world of role play, right?
Yeah, I wonder if I had like the power of mystique. I wonder if I would like change myself into like George Clooney or some shit. Or would that just give me like a massive inferiority complex?
Because you can never be yourself because it's not good enough.
See, again, this is what I'm saying. You've got to be careful because, like, she's, there's only so many times that you can be like, hey, baby, tonight will you turn into whatever before she says, like, what, I'm not good enough for you?
Right. Yeah. Right. And I think I would do that. Like if somebody said, oh, can you turn into Brad Pitt again? I'd be like, fuck you, bitch. I'm not good
What's
enough.
wrong with me?
What's wrong with That's right.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could turn into Mr. Hanky?
No.
No.
Yeah, what would you do as him?
Smear shit on people's faces.
That's
You
disgusting.
could do that without being him.
Yeah, but you would get caught.
That is wrong.
That's wrong. All right.
Yeah.
If you start going down the list of all of the superheroes, right, and you start thinking about their various powers, there's a lot of cool stuff, but not necessarily in bed. Like the ability to fly, like that might be fun once, but then there'd be like a novelty factor, right? So is that really something you would want ongoing?
I always wondered that.
Or like-
I mean, that first flight that Superman took with Lois Lane, where you had the fancy music and the whatever else, the "Can You Read My Mind," that whole song, right? You want to sing that one for me, there, Z?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. That was all romantic and shit. And then, like, what happens the next time Superman takes Lois out? She's like, "I'm cold. Bring me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to bitch about being cold a lot, I bet.
I'm cold. It's windy up here.
Need a sweater.
Can you fly a little slower?"
And have we ever really seen Superman take his clothes off? I mean, like he takes his clothes off and he's got a leotard on underneath it.
He's a never nude.
Can the man get naked?
This is a man who wears his underwear outside of his pants.
Exactly. Not a turn on.
Not a turn on.
You
Never
don't
nude.
want to rip those off.
That's all right. That's a good job. All right, so Molly's going Mystique. Z-Man, what would you want? We already know what Ganther wants. He wants Mr. Fantastic. Well, what would you want? What would you want your superpower to be?
Well, I definitely know who I don't want.
Or who do you not want?
Zan.
What?
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins? Oh, Wonder Twin powers activate?
I'm a bucket of water. I am steam. I mean, I guess you could be like an ice dildo.
See,
I don't think that would be comfortable.
no, that gets like to the whole like Mr. Freeze thing. Like that's not a superpower you ever want to have sex with.
Yeah. Same with, was it the Human Torch? Flame on!
Ow, 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 ow!
Stop it. And I mean, like, it's like, like, what's her name? Poison Ivy, she's hot and all, but like, I don't want my dick itching.
Yeah, and if you have allergies, you don't want to be around Poison Ivy, dude.
Right, exactly.
You'd be
Is that her
sneezing all the
talent?
time.
She makes people itchy? I thought
Well,
she was
she's
just a
poison-
bad person.
No, she can control plants on a molecular level.
But, like, I assume that she's also toxic if you touch her. Isn't she?
I guess if she wants to be toxic. You could also be allergic to her. She could give off all kinds of like tree pollen and shit, and then you're fucking sneezing your face off.
But you can fight that with Claritin.
Well, right. If you a shit ton of Claritin. But whatever.
Not tonight, honey. I haven't taken my Zyrtec.
That's right.
And then, like Catwoman would be hot and all, because, like, she's super flexible and bendy and wears all that pleather shit.
Right, but what superpower would you want? You named.
But she doesn't
That's
have
not
a
a
superpower.
superpower.
No, just saying she's hot.
Yes, she is.
That's
There's
no
a lot
different.
of
That's
those, though.
your stuff. My superpower would be things that you could buy on the internet and use in your bedroom. I'll just conjure them up.
What about, like, invisible? Is there an invisible woman? Oh, no, the chick from Fantastic Four is invisible, right?
Yeah, she can go invisible, sure.
Right.
Sue Storm, yeah.
So what do you think about fucking an invisible chick?
I don't know. I have enough problems when I can see them.
That would be interesting. I'm intrigued by that. I'd have to think about it some.
I mean, it'd look really weird if someone saw you fucking, like, the wall or the air.
Right. You're just sitting there humping.
Well, would it be full invisible, or would it be like you can kind of see it like
Translucent?
Predator invisible?
I think it'd be really cool if she could go semi, like, translucent, like.
That
So
would
then, like, you
that'd
can
be,
see, like, her outline, but, like, you can still watch the TV.
you'd be tripping face at
That's
that
what
point.
you'd be interested in watching the TV.
I'm just saying options, dude.
Options.
It also depends on what she looks like when she's not translucent, right? I mean,
Very
if
true.
she's hot, that's one thing. If
Very
she's
true.
let herself go, please get invisible.
Very true. Yeah, because then you can just conjure whatever image you need to conjure in order to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good call by you. Look at Molly getting creative. What would you want your superpower to be, though, Z? I mean, we rifled off all the ones you'd want from the women.
All right.
What would
So
you want yours to be?
my superpower to be when I'm fucking a woman?
Yeah.
It's not Ant-Man. That would be bad.
That would be really bad, right?
Yeah, not good. Less than stellar.
Wolverine, he's
no, you
hot.
don't
But it
Think
would
of
be,
all the places you could go as Ant-Man, though.
Well, if you're like walking through her vagina, that's not very sexy or exciting.
Yeah, but what if you were used as a dildo?
You wouldn't be big
But I'm an
enough.
ant.
You're an ant. I mean, you'd just be crawling up there.
Yeah, but he's not that small.
Yeah, he is. He's the size of
No.
an ant. He's Ant-Man. What the fuck's the matter with you?
That's kind of the whole point.
You want him to control the ants and bring them up into the vagina with him? What do you want?
No, I misunderstood the size.
He's Ant-Man. Ant-Man.
Yeah, but that's an exaggeration.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
Is
literal
Batman literally a bat?
No, but Ant-Man
No,
is
he's
an
not
ant.
literally a bat. Is he the size of a bat?
No.
Does he fly like a bat? He has nothing
He
in
glides
common
like a
with the
bat. He glides like a bat.
He can't fly like a bat.
He
can
glides like a bat.
That's not what I asked, sir. Answer the question.
Yeah, he can take off and he can glide like a bat
He cannot take off.
He can if he has
from a high vantage point.
He cannot fly like a bat. Thank you.
He can eject himself
rest my
from
case.
the Batmobile.
Yep. And when he uses his grapple hook, he can get up.
Is Catwoman like a cat? Does she have claws like a cat?
She does. Yes, she has claws. Yes. Wolverine.
Like a cat, retractable claws? No.
Yeah,
She wears
in
a
her gloves.
costume.
In her gloves.
Anyway,
So we've
Ant-Man is an ant and
established-
Spider-Man is a spider.
That's right.
He's not a spider. He has nothing in common with the
He's
spider.
the size of an ant. He's Ant-Man. What the fuck, Gantor?
and Batman is more like really just a flying squirrel man.
That's right.
'Cause he has to
That's-
jump
that's-
off of something.
That's right. He's
That's
a
right.
flying squirrel man. I like
Thanks for helping out, Molly.
that. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Spider-Man, I guess.
You'd like the webs?
Like, I mean, you could just like tie her down, and then like, I'm sure you can put like a web slinger like in your dick, and just be like.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
That does sound weird.
You also have like the thing that you can hang from ceilings and you can crawl up walls and shit, right?
The crawling up walls is cool because do that whole fly on a wall thing and like wherever you want to go. But that's like not in bed. That's just like being pervy and voyeuristic. Like you can go like hanging out in like women's locker rooms and shit and hang on the ceiling.
That's awesome. That's I'm surprised. See, that's the thing. I'm surprised that nobody's actually gone there with the comic book heroes. Like you got to figure if you have superpowers like this, you're not always going to use them for good.
Yeah, you're gonna be a pervert.
Yeah, like you would.
But I mean, like if you're gonna be Super Spider-Man and all that stuff, you probably don't have to be a pervert and Superman and all that because like you can just like get chicks. Like Bruce Wayne, I don't think he needs to be a perv. He's just gonna be like, hey, you're hot, let's go fuck.
No, because his superpower is money. He's fucking Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
See, the superpower that I would want would lean towards pervy. I think I would want the Jedi mind trick.
Didn't even think about going Star Wars on this.
Right, the Jedi mind trick is the superpower to end all superpower in bed.
Yeah,
Right?
that's pretty good.
If you have a bad night or whatever else, you can go, you thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And you will be back tomorrow.
Yeah. Twice on Tuesday.
You know?
That's a good one. I like that.
You go to the bar or whatever else, you will come home with me now. You serve your master well, and you will be rewarded. In fact, I could probably use pretty much all of the lines from Star Wars.
There you go with the rapey again.
Well, no, this is I can use it to get rid of women too. You know, you can go about your business.
Oh, that makes it not rape.
Move along.
Jesus.
Time to get home now.
You're sick in the head, dude.
Uh-huh. You want to go home and rethink your life. I could use all the Star Wars lines.
That's pretty good. I like it.
You don't see the potential in that, Gantor?
No, I totally do. I just think it's very, very sick and misguided and evil.
Yes.
Notice our guest hasn't said anything since you started down that terrible path, darkness.
Do you think it's sick and misguided, Molly?
It's a step shy of like roofies. You're kind of getting close to just the why not go ahead and just drug them. So it would really depend on just how good of a person you are and could you control yourself.
This is what I'm saying.
You know.
This is exactly what I'm saying. The Jedi mind trick is like the ultimate good or evil power.
At the moment, you feel evil, though.
But right now, I do certainly yes. But wouldn't it be akin to the mind reading thing,
No.
No, where you wouldn't
No.
you wouldn't add a little bit of suggestion, something to help things along.
I think everything we talked about is super rapey.
No, the superpowers aren't. Just whenever Spear mentions things like forcing people to do things or roofing them.
Roofing them through their mind. It is the ultimate good or evil superpower, though. Forget about the sex thing for a second.
See, Mr. Fantastic, he'd earn that naturally.
That's a natural thing.
Oh, yeah. He's just very good at what he does.
Well, and he's got a name for sex, right? I mean, like, that's what you want to be screaming.
Fantastic, fantastic. I mean, rank them though. Like, what's the all? Forget about the sex thing for a second. What's the all-time best superpower?
Superman.
Superman's got like 12 superpowers.
That's why he's the best.
I mean, that's the problem. I mean, Superman is not a superpower. Superman hogs all of the superpowers. He's got them all. He's got super strength. He's got super speed. He can fly. He's got heat vision. He's got cold breath.
That's why he's the best.
He's bulletproof. He's got all of the superpowers. It's almost unfair. And then you get poor Batman. Batman, who doesn't have any superpowers of his own, and they always
He's got a lot of money.
Yeah, but they pit the two of them against each other. There's this movie coming out, the Superman Batman movie, and Batman's all standing there looking like he's about to fight Superman. Let's get real.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Batman's gonna get his ass handed to him. What has he got in that utility belt that's gonna take down fucking Superman with everything that he's got?
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite.
Come on,
Kryptonite bullets.
It's the biggest
cop
out.
That's the only thing Batman can do.
It's the biggest cop out. In a real fair fight, Superman trashes Batman every day.
That's why DC Comics are stupid.
I mean, don't you want your superheroes to have just a little bit of vulnerability? Superman is not vulnerable. He's got no weaknesses except for the kryptonite thing.
And love.
And his love, yeah. His love for Lois.
That's what makes him weak.
Yeah, but he could be wrecking house on anybody he wanted.
Yeah, Lois ain't that good looking.
Well, it depends. Movie Lois?
As opposed to what, comic book?
Yeah.
Radio Shack Lois.
What?
Terry Hatcher.
Terry, yeah, the one on the television
Radio
show.
Shack commercials with Howie Long.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she was the hottest Lois. Was it Margot Kidder, Kate Bosworth, and Amy Adams played the movie Lois's.
Oh, I'd take Amy Adams over Terry Hatcher any day.
Would you really?
Absolutely.
Huh.
All right, so if you were having sex with Mystique and you could ask her to turn into any Lois Lane, that's your Lois?
I'd have to go Terry Hatcher. Well, although here's the interesting question. If you could have sex with Mystique and she could change into any woman, who would it be? Ganthor?
I don't think I can answer that. There's too many choices.
Then choose 3 because she could change into all of them.
That's too much pressure, man.
Oh man, I have this
It has
answer.
to be to name 3 out of everybody.
This answer
and
came.
have that be the top 3.
This answer came to me so easily. I don't know.
Who?
Old school Princess Leia,
Oh my God.
Natalie Portman, or Queen Amidala. I can't decide whether or not I want it in the paint or not in the paint. Definitely old school Princess Leia in the gold bikini.
So you're sticking with the whole superhero theme.
Yeah, because you don't have to stay with superheroes. You can have her be anybody.
Yeah, but I don't care. I want Princess Leia in the gold bikini, like old school Princess Leia in the gold bikini, not like Princess Leia now.
Crackhead.
No. Or I'd go Zoe Saldana from Guardians of the Galaxy in the green paint, maybe. Mm-hmm.
I like her just regularly.
I like her too, but I think just something more exotic with her in the green paint. I'd bang an alien. Sure, why not?
Equal opportunity fucker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you have Mystique turn into something non-human?
No, not into the beastie.
You wouldn't have her turn into a mermaid?
Oh, that's a tough call. But you talked me out of this, right? With the smell and the guilt afterwards.
The guilt.
You talked me out of this at one point. I had harbored thoughts, and you had talked me out of it. So no, I wouldn't do it.
I'm still in.
You're still in.
It'd be kind of different because she'd be Mystique.
Yeah, but
That's the mermaid and not a real mermaid.
But she's still bringing herself into the fish form.
Yeah, but does she still have fish slime?
Yeah,
No,
probably.
of course
Yeah.
not.
No.
Why would she make fish slime?
Well, because she'd be converting into a fish.
And all of its...
That doesn't mean she
Snot.
suddenly can't breathe air.
I mean, look, if she could do it without the slime and without the smell, then yeah, I'm all the way in, of course. But if the slime and the smell are coming part and parcel, then that's a big no. That's a big negative. I don't know. Back me up on that one, Z.
I'm banging the mermaid regardless. So I'm not your Huckleberry on that one.
You're just getting in there, right in that cloaca.
I like the cloaca.
Yeah, all right. That's a good job.
I like how you guys are all assuming that like Mystique is just cool with turning into like whatever. That you're like, hey, turn into a fish, and she's like, absolutely, baby, for you, anything. I mean, like,
Molly, I just used the Jedi mind trick.
That's
What the
weird.
fuck? Obviously, she's gonna do it.
This would be an even worse show if that was where the conversation went.
What, that she wouldn't go along with it?
Hey guys, what do you want Mystique to turn into? I'm not turning into that. Okay, show's over.
I know who I want Mystique to turn into.
Who's that?
Your mom.
Oh my god.
Because, you know, at some point one of us has got to fuck her.
You know what? I left that one
Yeah,
hanging for
there's you.
Ganthor. Hanging. It was just sitting up there, just waiting for him to spike it down.
Oh, when you all were talking about beasts.
Yep. Left that one hanging up
Wow,
there.
even Minion's in on it.
Look at the Minion coming in hard. That's a good job by Minion. I have a lot of respect for you, Minion. I feel almost bad calling you Minion now. Because you jumped right in with both feet. That's a good job.
The Minions eventually got their own movie.
That's right. Uh-oh. What have we done? What did we learn? What do we learn about superpowers, superheroes? What do we learn, Z-Man?
The spear wants to fuck somebody with 8 dicks.
No, I don't think that's what I said, but all right, we'll carry on.
I back Z here.
All right, is that what you learned too there, Ganthor?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay. Molly, what did you learn?
I learned that podcasting is lots of fun.
There you go. Minion likes it. She really likes it.
We might have a new regular.
There you go. Molly likes it. What did I learn? I learned that I'm pervy and evil. Is that true?
Was that new?
That's not new, but
It's good that you realized it.
Well,
that's
it's
the first step.
I guess it's
Recognizing
admitting it
that's
is the
a
first
problem.
step, right? It's a good job. All right, so if you're pervy and evil like me, and you want to take the first step, why don't you go ahead and let us know on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. I can't even believe I just said that. You can check out the show on Stitcher Radio or on iTunes. Just search for 4listeners. We'll pop right on up, and you can tweet at us on the Twitters at 4listeners. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Minion. You have been a wonderful guest.
You're welcome.
And we thank all of you for checking us out this week, and we hope that you will check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
Gotta be fast and start.